Why do I think research is important? Well, primarily because if you don't know what the research says you should be doing, then you run the risk of doing something incorrectly. And in my discipline, working with schools and in most notably kids, that's a mistake that we don't want to make. So, as with many other disciplines, our discipline is very much focused on what does the research tell us is best practice and how do we implement that with schools, communities, and kids. What we are presently working on relates to a school reform effort called Schoolwide Positive Behavioral Interventions and Supports, or Schoolwide PBIS. In essence, what this is, it's a school reform effort in which we try to get schools to reconsider how they deal with students' behavior. The traditional practice of dealing with students' behavior is the kids who misbehave are generally the ones that get the most attention in schools. And oftentimes that attention is very negative in nature, in which they receive detentions, they get suspended, and unfortunately in some limited circumstances they are expelled. School-wide positive behavioral interventions and supports really tries to switch everything around and have schools focus more on those students who are choosing the right behaviors, they're making the good choices. And so what we do is we acknowledge very publicly kids that are doing the things that we want them to do. Predominantly what we're collecting are discipline data, so how many times does a kid get removed from a classroom and sent down to the principal's office? That would be one key outcome variable. Another set of data that we're looking at are, of course, the PSSAs, which is the Pennsylvania System of School Assessment, the accountability measure that all public schools have to take in Pennsylvania. So that's reading and math and writing. We're also looking at teachers' perceptions of school culture and climate, and safety, really, school safety. So those are typically evaluated through teacher questionnaires that are completed online. So at the master's level, a lot of our students actually are working as consultants with me in some of these schools. There are a few schools in the surrounding region that I go to on a regular basis, and I assist them as they continue to implement their framework. And so master's level school psych students travel with me, and they gain valuable experience both as a consultant and in some circumstances they are conducting research. So we use what literature and empirical evidence suggests are best practices, and we're trying to apply them in school settings at the kid level, at the classroom level, and at the whole school level, because we feel as though that's the most effective way in which you can reach everybody.